Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do a reading for you, my friends. It is a reading for the month of April. Let's look into April and find out what's coming up for you in your birthday month. And because some of you, right, have your birthday right on the cusp, right, on the 20th of April. So we're going from Aries to Taurus season, of course. Let's find out what's coming up in April for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're brand new, thank you so much for clicking here. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit today. And if you are not brand new, if you're always in the comments, you know who you are. Love y'all. Thank you so much for the ways that you love me on this channel. All right, we're going to do a 9-card draw, Taurus. Let's find out what's going on. This is the energy you're arriving with. You are arriving as the Empress. The Empress has arrived in the month of April. I love it. Fertility, abundance, balance. Everything is going the right way. Second card out here is the theme for the month overall. Tell me about this overall theme for the month for Taurus. We do have awareness. I love it. So far, so good. Lots of changes going on, though. When the major arcana show up here, it does mean that you are about to move differently in the month of April than you were moving in the month of March. Let's talk about the next card out, which is what will you accomplish in this month of April? What can you look forward to accomplishing in April, Taurus? Sacrifice. Sacrifice, of course, is the Hanged Man energy. I feel like you're giving the universe back what it is that you don't need, whether that's people, jobs, places, situations, I don't care what it is. It feels like you're about to sacrifice whatever it is that you no longer need, Taurus. What should you avoid? What should you avoid in the month of April? What you should avoid here is any sort of financial or material changes that will leave you with less than you started with. So be careful with the kind of risks that you are taking in these energies here. Make sure that you're well aware of what the risks are as it pertains to your financial wealth and material possessions. It says here you could have financial and material changes, and I feel like that's something to avoid here. So what should you embrace? What should you embrace this month? What you should embrace is your wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom. Look, I'm just going to point out that we've got 5 cards on the table and 4 of them are major arcanas. You have a lot of changes coming up this month. A lot of changes. I feel like you are really good with your money. And so I don't know that you necessarily have to worry about this energy here, but I do feel like you have a lot of wisdom. You've had a lot of growth. You're checking with the higher self. I feel like you have enough information that you are actually advising other people. You could be a financial advisor. This is Taurus energy here. The wisdom is the Hierophant. So you could be advising other people spiritually, financially. Possibly that's what you do for a living. Maybe you're a financial planner. What obstacles will you face in the month of April, Taurus? You might face challenges with love beginning. So I don't know if that's on your end or someone else's end here, but it feels like there might be some challenges here. An obstacle that you might face is falling in love. Maybe you've been hurt enough that you are someone who is kind of shying away from the Ace of Cups. Where can you find support in the month of April, should you need it here? You can find support in your power, my friend. Yeah. Your strength, the inner strength. The strength of a lion, the one who's just going to shoulder that stuff and keep moving, right? We do have your power is what you should be relying on here. Where to find support. The next card out is what actions do you need to take this month? Fulfillment of wishes. So I think you need to go get what you want. You have enough wisdom. I feel if you're careful with your money, you're good. You do have the power to do it. I feel like we still have to talk about this, but the last card out is the advice and encouragement. What is the advice and encouragement for Taurus, please? We do have the universe. Close out things that you no longer need. Make sure that when you are closing the door, I feel like your advice and encouragement is to make sure that you are closing the right doors. Make sure that you realize when people are in your life, that they aren't here to take advantage of you. I feel like it's milestones and achievements that are coming here, and it's like an energy to keep going. Keep going regardless of the doors that are closed in your face here. We've got suffering and silence. So I think for somebody here that there is something that you've been looking at over the horizon that you wish. It's like, I really wish, like you're watching the sunrise, but I feel like with the suffering and silence is you're doing it by yourself. Number 9 tells me that you could be in hermit mode possibly. Let's get some energy over here. And then let's get to clarifying, Taurus. So I feel like you're going to have courage in relationships, right? That checks out, right? We do have this as being here, what obstacles you will face, right? And that kind of checks out. You need to have courage in relationships. Here it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And it says, courage says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So I feel like you are really scared to get into another relationship. I feel like you've been hurt too much, and that you kind of given love the side eye, I want to say. Let's clarify here. What's going on here? Let's get some clarification for you, Taurus. All right. So you are arriving to this month looking great, feeling great. I want to say that this is going to be a month of creative, exciting new beginnings here. I feel like you are ready to birth something, whether that is, it doesn't have to be that you're pregnant. For some of you, you could be having a baby in the month of April, but that's not what I'm focused on here. I feel like it's abundance. It's the creation of something that brings in more abundance. So I want to say the opening of a business, getting together with somebody and giving them, working with somebody possibly in the pentacle world. It's something that's bringing in a lot of abundance, but I feel like it is something that you are creating. Tell me about the Empress, please. Taurus and Libra energy. Tell me about the Empress. We do have the 7 of Wands. So you're coming into April with your boundaries pretty tight and standing your ground on the things that you want, that are good for you, that are abundant for you. I feel like this is going to be a month of you focusing on the self and learning your magic. I mean, we all are the magician, understand? We all have the tools. We've all been given the tools to do the things that we need to do when we're here, and we're all on different paths, right? A lot of us are here to learn, all of us are here to learn different lessons. And that's why we shouldn't be judgmental with each other, right? Because maybe the person who doesn't have as much as you, who doesn't know as much as you, maybe that's their path. Maybe that's what they came here to do. Maybe that's what they came here to learn. Tell me about the Magician, please. We do have the moon energy here. So I feel like it almost feels like it's open to you. It's open to interpretation. I want to say things aren't as they really seem, but you are the magician. And so it's like you have the ability to mold a situation to be whatever you want it to be. Because in the moon energy, of course, there are things you can't see, but the moon energy is telling me that things are not as they appear. So I feel like with the magic that you have, with the energy of whatever you're manifesting, whatever you wants you, I feel like you will get whatever it is that you want. In the month of April, I feel like you are the person who is being creative, balanced, abundant. I feel like everything is you're attracting a lot of things, I want to say, and some of which you just don't see yet. So the overall theme of the month of April for you, Taurus, is awareness. You have an acute awareness, and so that's why I think that that the moon energy here isn't really something that bothers you. You know that as long as you can take one step ahead, if it's dark out ahead of you, as long as you can take one step and you can see to do that, that the universe will take you to the place you need to be. We do have Pisces and Cancer energy here. We have Aries energy here. We have awareness, and we have the 9 of Swords. And truly, when you do have awareness, you no longer have to worry. So I want to say that anything you're worried about becomes defunct. You're not even going to be worrying about things in April, because I feel like you have an awareness and you can see your way through. I mean, not all of the things that we see are good. Not all of the things that we see are, decisions we want to make. But I feel like you do have an awareness, and therefore you don't have to worry. That you're not looking too far in the future and you're not looking too far in the past. I feel like you're in the present moment here with your awareness. We do have the Lovers. You're going to become aware of somebody here who I feel is a soulmate, or somebody that you are that your life is wrapped around. Now, the soulmate can be anybody. It can be a child. It can be your spouse if you have one. It can be a mother, a father, a sister, brother, cousin, right? It doesn't matter. But we do have somebody here that you're no longer worried about because you have an awareness of... and I want to say that the awareness is probably like a psychic awareness. That's what it feels like here. That you're going to stop worrying about this person. You need to let them be on their path, do what they are doing, whether they make mistakes or not. It feels like with the justice in the reverse here, that there is somebody in your life that you love very much who is a soulmate. They are not getting justice in their life at this time, but your awareness is going to tell them, like you're going to give the advice of stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it. Get into meditation, get into prayer, and let the universe take care of it. We all think that we're here to control our destiny, and that's not the truth. We're here to follow the plan that we created before we came here. So I feel like somebody here in your life that you love very much, a soulmate, in fact, doesn't have to be love, can be platonic as well, somebody here is not getting their justice. And I'm going to say to you, please, please, don't go running in to save someone from their karma. Because if they don't learn the lessons they have to learn by falling and skinning their knees, they're just not going to learn it. And they're going to become more of a liability to you and to themselves. Again, we have the energy of relationships and courage. You need to have the courage not to go running in on someone else while they are experiencing their karma. There is somebody here who maybe is being secretive with you, that things aren't going well, and I feel like you're just going to stop worrying about it. You have to. You have to stop worrying about it. You need to let people have their karma. It's part of our learning process. So what will you accomplish? Sacrifice, letting things go, right? So I feel like you need to let this go. You need to let it go. This person that you love, that is your soulmate, could be a Gemini. They don't have to be, but we have Libra energy here as well. And I feel like what you will accomplish is successfully sacrificing, letting people do what they're going to do. And I don't care if it's your kids or people that you love in your life, like you need to let them fall and skin their knees. And I mean, to a degree, right? You're not going to let them out on their own if they're just little, but, raise them the best you can and let them go. So the Five of Swords is here. I feel like what you're letting go of, what you are going to accomplish and what you're letting go of in the month of April is you're going to stop arguing with people. You're going to let people be wrong when they're wrong. Just let them be wrong. I feel like there's no point it's like when people stop listening, Taurus, you need to stop talking. And I think that's what the Five of Swords is telling me. If they're not going to listen to you, I'm not saying walk away, throw down your swords and never speak to them again. I'm just going to say don't engage. Don't engage in the conflict and the disagreement that they're going to bring you. I think that this is something that you're letting go. You've made a realization that you got to sacrifice these people who are going to try and get under your skin. We do have the Strength card. There we go. The Strength card. You need to hold back a little bit, Taurus. I know that you have the sharpened sword and you can wield it whenever you want. You have the lion. You can set the lion loose and it'll be a bloodbath. But should you do that? I don't think you're going to. I think you're going to release it to the universe and say, let them believe what they're going to believe. You could be dealing with a Leo who you're constantly at odds with, possibly. Doesn't have to be, of course, but you could be dealing with someone who is sort of very stuck in their ways, as Leo is, because they're a fixed sign, stuck in their ways. They don't believe you, don't want to change their mind. And maybe you just need to let it go. You need to let it go. Maybe you need to let go of a Leo. And then we have the Five of Wands. So the thing is that we have the Five of Wands and it is indecision. It's competition. It feels like, this person puts you in competition with others. Well, that person believes me. Why don't you believe me, Taurus? That person believes me. Look, the whole family believes me. Why don't you believe me, Taurus? It's almost like they try to pull people in to gang up on you a little bit. And I think that with this energy here, what it's saying is that what you need to accomplish is staying really calm or holding back and not wielding the sword, not letting the lion, not sicking the lion on everybody. You need to kind of hold that in a little bit. I want to say that if you're having a hard time with this, there are 2 5s here. And as a reader, when I see 2 5s, it is quick change. When I see 1 5, it is lack. We should pay attention to it. But when I do see 2 5s, it is quick change. So I feel like it's hard for you to let it go, but I think this is something you're going to learn over the month of April. What should you avoid, Taurus, in the month of April? Financial and material changes. So be aware of your finances. Don't spend too much. Don't overspend. Financial and material changes could happen. That's a 5, right? We've got 5, 5, 5. There's lots of quick changes. Things are going to snap, like things that used to be a certain way are going to change, and it's going to be confusing for you, I think. So I feel like you have to make a bunch of decisions because we do have a lot of major arcana. And as you know, the major arcana comes at you whether you want it or not. It's the universe dropping these energies into your life, so you will make a decision. You will make a decision on how you want to handle it. Tell me about the financial and material changes, please. For Taurus, you should avoid making big decisions about money here. There we go. Big decisions, right? The Judgment card is here. You should avoid making really big decisions about your financial or material wealth here. We do have the Three of Cups, and so I did say be careful of overspending. The Three of Cups is happiness. It is celebration. Things are going okay. And I want to say that things are going okay right now. I'm going to say don't overspend on going out. Don't overspend on being with friends, celebrations, going out to the bar, going out to eat. Be careful that you are watching your finances and don't make any really large purchases in the month of April. We do have the Page of Cups because something could surprise you, right? For all of us, we all know that usually when things are going good, something's going to happen. The fridge is going to die, or the furnace is gone, or we have to fix the car. So I feel like something could pop up that you might have to, that would surprise you, that you have to take care of right away. Now, the fact that it's coming in as the Page of Cups tells me it's not a huge thing, but I feel like with the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, we do have 4 cups. It like makes you stay home. It feels like it's like, oh, it's happening again. Now I got to stay home. I got no money to go out. But I want to say that this is a month where you should be aware of not making any really big moves, not overspending on anything, because something could pop up. And I don't think it's anything terrible, or it wouldn't be the Page of Cups. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. So what should you embrace? So the thing is that, we have a lot of quick changes going on here, but I feel like the thing that you should embrace here is your wisdom. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what has to be done. You have a lot of wisdom. You have the higher self to lean on. And I feel like you are teaching other people this as well. So I think that you should embrace your Hierophant self, the one who knows that they're on the right path, the one who's on the steady path, and the person who is the spiritual teacher. We do have the Five of Pentacles. Lots of fives coming out. I'm glad they're coming out all at once so we can see where they're at. I'd rather be looking it in the eye than have it come up behind me, right? So I feel like with the Five of Pentacles here that there is some sort of lack going on here. What's this? We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. So I think what you're supposed to embrace is, even though I feel that you're feeling exhausted, it feels like you're at the end of some sort of a cycle. And the cycle is about to get much easier. You might be feeling in lack. We've got the Five of Pentacles next to the Nine of Wands, and that tells me that you feel like you might be feeling maybe mid-month here, like feeling a little exhausted, or I want to say pokey. It's like you just want to lay on the sofa. Like you just don't want to do anything. You don't have any more energy to deal with anything at this point. It feels like you are in a situation with the Four of Pentacles where you're kind of shut off and shut down. You're not really talking to people. You're kind of keeping to yourself. You might be learning, like wisdom is all about learning. So you might be learning things, right? You might be going through things that are making you feel in lack, making you feel exhausted, and you just don't want to talk to anybody. I feel like you should embrace it. Don't fight it, is what I want to say. Don't fight it. We all get into these places where we have times where we just don't want to talk to people, where we just want to deal with our own stuff. I don't really want to tell people the hardship that I'm dealing with here with the Nine of Wands, feeling like you're behind the fear wall. So I do feel like that your wisdom is going to pull you out of this. I feel like you are the Hierophant and you do know the way, but I feel like we all get into these energies where we're kind of shut off and shut down. And I think for you, it's because you've been carrying a lot of burdens, because you will do that, right? You will carry other people's burdens. I feel like, maybe the reason that you are in this energy too could be like you've taken a hit financially, because I was saying here, right, the financial and material changes. Be careful that you don't overspend and don't make any big decisions about purchasing anything large, because you could end up with a financial impact here. Now, you know how to get out of it. You know your pentacles better than anyone else in the zodiac. So I feel like, you just need to take time out, time down, just be by yourself and figure out what needs to be figured out. All right, here it is. The obstacles you will face, and I feel it's the Ace of Cups here. Why is it the obstacle? Why is it coming up in the obstacle? We do have Temperance. It is the moment of alchemy, my friend. You are going to... Something is going to happen here that I feel has to do with love beginning. So it feels like you bump into somebody or you meet somebody. Maybe you've already met somebody in the month. But Temperance is here, Sagittarius energy. And it's saying it's the moment of alchemy. It's the time when you got to have courage in relationships, because here comes the Ace of Cups here in the month of April. And it feels like it's in the last couple weeks, I want to say, because we're at the bottom of the reading here. I want to say that it's probably around Taurus season that you meet somebody here. We do have the Eight of Wands. It's incoming energy. So it does feel like it's communication here. We do have the Ten of Pentacles. It's good communication. I feel like you meet someone here. That's what it feels like. Love begins. There's a rainbow. It feels like you've been through a hard time, right? The rainbow tells us that the hard time is over and things are about to get easier. They're going to flow easier on their own. You won't have to push it in the right direction. Yeah, it could be a Sagittarius that communicates with you. Look, this could be love that is platonic or romantic. Take it as it resonates for you. But I feel like the energy here that we have here is that I feel like you need to have courage about the relationships that you have. First of all, this relationship with this person that you cannot save from themselves. You need to let them feel their karma and deal with it. And I feel like this is also a relationship. And so I want to say that what is incoming is really good. Like the information or the message that you might be getting or things that are moving really quickly is 10 Pentacles. So whether it's money or whether it's a long-term relationship, it does say love begins. So I tend to think that it's probably some sort of long-term relationship. It could be with a Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. But I think that love begins here because this is the moment of alchemy. I feel like you are going to experience meeting someone that touches your heart in Taurus season, I feel. All right, where to find support within the self. It looks like you have all the power and the wisdom to get through anything you need to get through here. We do have the World card, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups. The Strength card. The strength to close the door, the strength to celebrate some sort of achievement. Something has come full circle, Taurus. It feels like this love begins here is incoming, like an incoming long-term relationship is what it feels like. It's the moment of alchemy for that. And I want to say that where you were, I think it's going to freak you out. Like, I think you need to have courage for relationships. For those of you who want them, some of you don't, and that's cool too. But if you want a relationship, you have to have more courage here. And I feel like the Strength card is telling me that maybe you're holding back a little bit here from closing the door on someone or something. But I feel like it's a milestone or an achievement. So when you do close the door, it will be a happy moment. You will be able to move forward here. We do have the Four of Swords, which tells me it's a healing moment for you, that you finally close the door on someone. This feels like somebody here has been holding on to an energy of long ago that is never going to come forward. And by meeting this person now you have your focus on them time and you're able to close the door on this. That's what it feels like. You're able to heal from it completely and you're able to close the door, and it is like a moment of happiness. Everything's come full circle. You have your person, and now you can let go of whatever was keeping you held to the past. And I think that what was keeping you held to the past here, Taurus, is a soulmate. So it is somebody who I do believe that we are talking about love. It could be platonic or romantic. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like you're letting go of some sort of soulmate connection or something that you've been connected to or felt like you couldn't let go of. I feel like you're letting go of it in at the end of April. We have what connections do you need, what actions do you need to take this month? You need to do whatever is best for you, my friend. Look at that. The fulfillment of wishes is important. And I think that you're so giving and over-giving sometimes that you tend to focus on people outside of you or happiness outside of you, like giving people things and then watching them enjoy them. I feel like you need to pull it in, Taurus. I feel like you need to pull it inward and you need to start enjoying some of the fruits of your labor, the hard work you've done, the wisdom that you've gained. We've got card number 9, which is hermit energy. The wisdom that you've gained and, enjoying the fruits of your labor, the money that you've made, the things that you've learned. I think that this is a time for you to just kind of look back and say, I've really done this. I really did the things that I wanted to do. And I think the action that you need to take this month is to go inward and pat yourself on the back, regardless of whether other people are or not. It's time for you to realize that you have fulfilled a lot of your wishes. If you look back there, Taurus, for the last 3 years or something, then you can see that where you are now is not where you were before, and you are fulfilling your wishes. Everything that you wanted, well, maybe not everything, but most of the things that you wanted, you are fulfilling your own wishes now because you are, you've got the fruits of your labor. There's money here. We've got a treasure chest that's open. There's scrolls in this person's hand here, and we're smelling the roses. Somebody's smelling a flower here. So I really do believe that by the end of the month, you're kind of looking back and knowing that you took a lot of actions this month, and it's time for you to really pat yourself on the back. I feel like there are things that you have realizations close to the end of the month here. You have realizations with the Hanged Man in reverse that you're no longer stuck, that you do have more than what you had bargained for, or more than what you thought could happen. There's total transformation in you. You are not the same person you were back there. Not even a month ago, not a year ago for sure. We do have Scorpio energy here and Pisces energy. It's very psychic energy, right? Both of them. Very psychic. So I feel like it's your psychic energy that has brought you to here. One more card. We do have the High Priestess, very psychic energy. Look, you are the Hierophant, right? You are the spiritual teacher. A lot of psychic energy. It's like you knew it was going to work out, but you just didn't know how it was going to work out. And I feel like there are some great transformations. I want to say that the things that you anticipated were going to show have shown up. That's what it feels like. What you knew was coming is actually here now, close to the end of the month here. What's the advice here? Advice and encouragement is the universe. It's the World card. It showed up here as well. Tell me about the World card, please. Tell me about what this great accomplishment is at the end of April. Tower. So, everything that you didn't need, the illusions that you had been carrying along are about to fall. And this tower, I believe, is something that makes you feel justified. It's like you're letting all the illusions die. The people that you were maybe chasing or you thought that you loved are not really the people that you loved, because this new love shows up and shows you everything. It shows you magic and transformation and the moment of alchemy. And this person is like constantly pelting you with communication. Like this person is somebody who is all 10 pentacles. So I feel like the advice and the encouragement is, you don't be scared of the tower. It's here for your mercy. It's here for change for a reason. What's the worst thing that could happen? You'd be stuck behind the tower in the place that you hated. We do have the Page of Wands. It's in the reverse. Tell me more. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like at the end of the month here, I want to say that you're no longer waiting for that call from that certain someone, from that person that you were thinking of, the person who was possibly stuck in toxicity, stuck in an addiction, stuck in a place where they are stuck. And you were not supposed to be stuck there. You were supposed to be this person, the one who's kind and loving and caring and giving, and you shouldn't have to worry about someone taking advantage of you. I feel like your lesson for the end of the month, the advice and the encouragement is don't be scared of the Tower, Taurus, because I feel like you were waiting for someone to put some energy into you, or waiting for that specific person to call or to come back and say, oh, I love you, I made a mistake. I feel like you've been waiting for them for a long time, but I feel like the Tower is here to pull all that down. It's time to close the door. So I think this overall energy here, Taurus, is you need to have courage in your relationships. And what does that mean? It means that you have to let people skin their knees. You have to give people advice and let them do what they're going to do. You have the wisdom, and I feel like you also have to incorporate yourself in there. You need to take care of you. Give yourself some downtime. Give yourself to feel the 9 wands, to feel the 4 of pentacles, to feel the 5 of pentacles. Look, the 4 and the 5 are 9. You're going to be okay. You have the confidence to get out of it. But I feel like there are lots of things that are showing up in Taurus season for you. The end of the month, I think, is key, because I think that's when love shows up. I think that's when you let go of the devil here. I think that's when you let go of this person, this energy that had you stuck for so long. I feel like this person shows up and shows you what it really, how beautiful it really can be. And I think that that's when the transformation and your fulfillment of wishes comes in. I feel like the universe is sending you someone really beautiful, and an energy that's really beautiful, friendship or platonic or love, whatever it is for you. You'll know better than I will. It's your life. But yeah, don't be scared of the Taurus Tower, Taurus. It is there for your mercy. It's there to pull down the things that you never did need. And I think one of the things that you're getting rid of is waiting. Yep, no more waiting. No more waiting, only accomplishing, right? With the universe card, with the world card, only milestones, only achievements, only closing doors that needed to be closed. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, Taurus, for coming and watching. I will be back, because I'm always back, of course. And love you guys. I'm out for now. Bye-bye.